Hi, this is Jay Willoughby doing the Reboots and Remakes assignment. This is for the video blog. I'm going to try and do it in 5 minutes, and my chosen film is Batman Begins. Batman Begins, compared to Batman in a lot of ways, which was directed by Tim Burton in 1989, it's really different, and they differ so much. Batman 1989 is definitely was dark for its time in 1989, and it definitely shows that compared to the Superman franchise and other superhero movies at that time. And it was definitely differed itself away from the 1960s TV show Batman, which a lot of the general audience perceived Batman before the movie. Because and for Warner Brothers to say, let's go back to how Batman was originally intended and how it was dark and interesting, and get a great director such as Tim Burton to do it, and he was so right. It was up and coming director. All he did was Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Beetlejuice, and to have him do for his third picture Batman as big as a character as this is kind of a massive gamble. So the film came out in 1989 in the summer. It cost $48 million by budget to make. I can't remember how much it made, but I mean, for that, it is a big budget in those days, and especially the direction it was going in. Compared to Batman Begins, that was $150 million budget. But what this was intended to do after the aftermath of Batman and Robin, Warner Brothers knew they messed up, and they wanted to go back to what made Batman interesting. What was it about it? And they kind of looked at Batman Year One. That was what Christopher Nolan and David S. Goyer looked at a lot. Frank Miller's work. I mean, there's a load of references in there and stuff that they used, and it shows in the movie. It definitely feels like a Frank Miller comic book, but it also feels like a really heavy drama thriller. Because it doesn't feel like a... actually, no, I say that back. Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises don't really feel like a Batman movie. This feels like the perfect Batman movie. Because they kind of went in a different direction, sort of, with The Dark Knight, where it was set more realistically in the world. And this could happen. It was kind of metaphoric for our dark times to people. It doesn't have to take an organisation to rule the world. It can take one man. And some men just want to watch the world burn. That's the Joker. So that was I can't remember how that much. I think that was $530 million. I think it made in box office. So that was a pretty, and it paid off because The Dark Knight got $1 billion, and so did The Dark Knight Rises, and won Oscars, and so did this. The way that these two can be different in production values is that this was made on sets at Pinewood in England, and that would have gave it more of a set feel, like the lightings would have been made by themselves, so it would give them more of the look they're going for. Whereas Batman Begins, there were some sets obviously, but with mostly exterior scenes, it gives that sort of massive feel. It's vibrant and it's big, and the world's dark, and it's big in the Batman, and he has to go explore it, especially within the first half an hour with League of Shadows section of Ra's al Ghul, and that definitely shows you Christopher Nolan doing that with IMAX cameras for part of that, and also mostly with Dark Knight Rises. It really shows how much how much it really how much of the practical effects were used and practical sets were used. It looks vibrant. And Batman, it still looks great because sets are incredible. Everything else. The reception of each, and if this impacted anything else, the reception of Batman was well received. It was partly, but Roger Ebert saying he didn't like it because it didn't feel like Batman. It was too comical. And Batman Begins by Roger Ebert said this is the Batman movie, and he said that for each of the other ones as well, because Roger Ebert's a great film critic, rest his soul. And did the other films have any impact to this film? Batman and Robin definitely did, because if it wasn't for Batman and Robin, we wouldn't have had this one. And Batman and Robin, with the way it was received, it kind of might have put the audience off it. and when they heard it was the 5th Batman movie, it's not. It's the first one again, starting with a new trilogy. It's kind of touch and go see, and with what they were doing and the way they marketed it, it was not there's a kids film. It's even though I had toys, because I mean I had a Batman utility belt and a Batman costume when I was a kid and I was 9. So and it definitely shows them within the trailers how dark it is. It's not for kids, it's for older teens and adults, because of the stories and the tone and the characterization they put through and everything else. So to compare them, my personal opinion is Batman should feel like a comic book. Batman, this one definitely does feel like a comic book. My favourite one of the old ones is Batman Returns in 1982, because it's so different. It's a really good interpretation. Whereas Batman Begins is like the perfect and stamp of reboot within it for it. Where it's not a remake of the first film, it's taking it into a new story and going with it. So, thank you.